In this video, I qualified for the main draw once again, and it's my third chance this year to pick up another ATP Singles Point. As you saw in last week's video, I battled through the qualifying with food poisoning and managed to clutch it out in a third set tiebreak to qualify. Now it's my chance in main draw. Let's see how I got on. Right guys, so my draw for this main draw match was to be a lucky loser. Now this player actually played a really long match in the qualifying and ended up retiring, basically playing a 2-hour first set and having full body cramps, having to go on an IV drip. So when I saw his name on the draw against mine, I don't want to say excited, but obviously I knew it was a good opportunity. Now, here's where it gets pretty crazy, and hence why I'm doing a little video here, and obviously I'm not in Bali anymore. This is what happened. So as I'm stepping onto court, I can see him approaching, and he's come onto court and he's got a massive plaster on his hand. Now, I was obviously thinking perhaps it's from the IV drip, maybe it's from some of the fluids that he had, but it turned out that he had cut his arm right before he came onto court on the toilet door. Now there was a massive kind of gash, basically it was super deep. Obviously he was worried about it getting infected, and he decided to give it a go. He decided to try and play. After a few points, he could obviously realize he couldn't really play properly. It wasn't going to be worth, risking it. That meant that I got a walkover, which meant that I was into the second round. It meant I picked up another ATP Singles Point, defended my point from last year. Now, of course, this isn't the way that I wanted to get my point. I wanted to earn it. However, sometimes that's just how it goes. And as you saw in last week's video, I managed to fight through qualifying with having some pretty severe food poisoning. So sometimes it's just karma, and that's just sometimes how it happens. Second round, I was to play the seed number 3, I believe, Bogdan Bobrov, a Russian player ranked around 350 in the world. So yeah, that was not going to be an easy match. That's the story, I guess.
Yes, guys, at breakfast, gonna do a little coffee review. Oh god, that's terrible. Fueling up, I've got about 20 minutes to eat and then heading to the site to warm up today. Super pumped, full of energy. I'm gonna get those carbs in because today's gonna be a long day, singles and doubles. For some reason I'm so hungry this morning. Maybe I'm just so excited.
So we got to the tent nice and early to do a little bit of a physical warm-up, some dynamic stretching, just to loosen off a little bit. Today I was warming up with my doubles partner, Jay. If you haven't seen us compete in the doubles, go check out those videos on the channel. But I was feeling loose. I was feeling super excited for this match. Obviously a strong opponent coming up, but it'll be a good test to kind of see where my level's at.
Feeling good today. Seeing the ball like it's a beach ball. I feel like there's been a weight lifted off my shoulders. I was obviously going to lose my singles point, so I felt like I had a very bad start to this year, and now I'm beginning to find my level again. Today I've got nothing to lose against a really strong opponent. Got doubles as well with Jay, so hopefully we can take some W's in singles and doubles today. Very pumped. Let's go.
Also guys, if you enjoyed this content, I'd really appreciate it if you helped us out on the road to 300k subscribers by going down there, liking the video, and of course subscribing. Now let's get back to the video. So let's jump straight into this match. First match on here in Bali. Now I knew this was going to be a difficult one. Bogdan was super tricky to play against. Obviously a lot of experience, much older than me and obviously much higher ranked. So I wasn't really kind of sure what to expect. And from the beginning, he was utilizing his slice so effectively. It would stay low, it would kind of zip through, and it kind of made it really difficult for me to actually do anything off other than kind of slice back and try and keep it low over the net and see if he's going to flinch. And yeah, as you can see, him going up a kind of an early chance to get a break here and me kind of breaking down a little bit. I think that kind of affected the confidence, but also I knew I kind of had to play as free as possible and as loose because, points like this, he's going to be super clinical. And at the beginning of this match, he was just, yeah, really good. Going obviously 4-love down here. I'm really just trying to find ways of figuring him out. I was really struggling because he kind of had answers to everything. You can see I get my first kind of game point here, managed to take it, get one game on the board at least, and points like this, 30-all, he just came up with the goods. Ace. I think that's what the top guys do. They're really able to find ways of making your life tricky, and as you can see, just great ball striking from him, not really giving me many chances to kind of assert my game on his. And yeah, that was kind of leaving me with not super many options, and as you can see, just beginning to move me around the court a little bit. And I was getting some good depth obviously on the ball, but he was just opening the court up and making me move, which was obviously number one, tiring me out, but number two, really making it tough for me to kind of sustain that level. And yeah, obviously going down 5-1, starting to resort to the serve and volley a little bit, trying to find some ways of figuring him out. But
you know, him just playing some really good passing shots and really good points, making it so tough for me to play that game. And so lost the first set 6-1. Not the start we wanted. I was feeling a little bit lethargic a little bit. Sometimes when you don't have that much momentum, it's difficult to kind of get pumped and get into the match. But I knew in this second set I'd have to kind of up my level and up my intensity a little bit to really try and find a way through. And as you can see, I began to do that, and then I began to get some breakpoint chances. So you can see much better serving there at the end of that first service game from me, being a lot more aggressive, and as you can see, coming forwards a lot more. And I think that was the best strategy, to just close him off, because if we're playing games from the baseline, he's going to be more consistent, he's going to be able to kind of move me around. But I felt like my strength was just really being aggressive, coming forwards, using my hand skills at the net, and I think that overall that was really working in my favour. And suddenly I began to find some ways through, and I get 2 break points here, going with a big return, and I'm up now a break in this second set. And again, really just trying to close off the angles as much as possible and take this one. Great lob from him there. Was really hoping that would sail long, because this point is absolutely huge in the grand scheme of things for this game. Obviously, there's a huge difference to just kind of hold that break, and I just missed that ball long, overshooting it, but I don't mind missing that with depth. At least you hit through the ball. And a drop shot here, just drawing him in, him playing a great slice and me going with the lob, making it in, coming forward, decent drop volley, and a great angle there to kind of save that game. I'm just fighting for my life here to hold on to this break as much as possible, but again, just overshooting that backhand slightly, costing me that game, and now we're back to evens. But I could feel like the level was in reach here. This second set, I had a kind of a new energy about me, and yeah, I felt like I can win. Great angle drop shot there from myself. And this game here was going to be crucial. If I could find a way to break here, I was going to be in for a service game to hold it out. But as you can see, 40-30, me really trying to put the pressure on. Great angle drop shot again, but Bogdan kind of just holding me off a little bit on those juice points, finding a way with that inside out forehand, and now it's down to me again to serve it through in this set. I'm not quite doing enough there. Great point from him. Just felt, the pressure was kind of stacking up on me, and he was just super solid from the baseline. I almost had to find a way through, and that volley there, the most painful of all volley, I really should be making, and just losing it a little bit physically and mentally in that last game, and unfortunately it didn't go my way. So that's it for week 3 in Bali. I hope you enjoyed, obviously getting that ATP point, keeping my ATP ranking around 2000 in the world. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.